Hey folks, this is week 4. Yay, we're halfway done. One of the recommendations I have for you at this point is to get in front of the Summative project that's due at the end of week 8. You can find the details in week 8's module, but I want to just spend a couple minutes with you, just giving you a little more insight. And I'm going to do this a little bit each week as we get closer to week 8, so you're ready to write that paper. Here's what I recommend. Find a business that has a problem before you find a leader. Focus on a problem in an organization. Identify the business to identify the organization, then identify the organizational leader responsible for that problem. Then you can start your interviewing and your data collection and your analysis and that sort of thing. I would hesitate to find the leader first, because there may not be a substantive problem that you could solve, although that person might be a good leader. Remember, this paper is about providing recommendations to address a problem in an organization. It's not about understanding the leadership abilities of the person that you interviewed. So identify an organization, identify the problem, then identify the leader who has oversight above that problem. Well, that said though, your recommendations must be realistic in light of the leaders in the business that you focus on. So for example, if the business you identified has a transactional leader that you're working with, that you've interviewed, it would make sense to make sure that your recommended changes would be in that person's wheelhouse, that they'd be appreciated by that person who has a transactional leadership style. So make sure your recommendations are lined up with a particular leadership style of the leaders or the person that you interview. As important, think about the organization as a whole. You need to recognize that you're playing a consultant role here. So recommend changes that will gain traction in the organizational culture and their way of doing life at their business where they work at. You're a consultant, so this can't be about your preferences. So try to be objective and keep your personal likes and your favorite concepts from the course. Keep that out of your thinking for right now. Keep it out of your recommendations, unless it makes sense to put it in there for the particular organization. Use course material that will work for the business, not just because you like it. Okay. So more to come on this as we go, and I'll mention a little bit more each week. So make sure you focus on the business first, then the leader, and make sure you think about your recommended changes being in line with the organizational culture that you're in, that you're embedded in, that you're working in. So, and by the way, the organization doesn't have to be where you work. Okay, it can be a church, it can be a nonprofit, something else you're involved with. So don't feel like you have to limit yourself to just where you work. All right, listen, have a great week, and remember, God is on His throne always.